Hello, my name is John, and welcome to this video. This is part 2 in what turned out to be an ongoing series on this channel. I never intended for this to be an ongoing series, but it turns out I have nightmares a little bit more than your average person. I don't know if that's fortunate or unfortunate, depending how you look at it. But recently I did this nightmare painting that was based off an actual nightmare that I had, and I had more nightmares since then. So I figured, you know what? That'd be a good idea for content and for art. Art, content, kind of one and the same thing. So I decided to go ahead and put this piece together for you. I went really different in my approach to this one. I went a little bit more abstract in a way. Now, I'm not the greatest painter. I'm not very good at painting. I'm improving. Every painting I make, I do more. I do better, is what I'm trying to say. I do better every time I make another painting in a way. And getting better at any medium of art involves a lot of experimenting. There are things that work for you and don't work for you. You know what I mean? In terms of drawing, what I specialize in, what I'm much better at, I'm more of an illustrator than a painter, fine artist type. In terms of that, I started out doing, your basic lights and forms, realistic, photorealistic figure drawing, perspective studies, stuff like that. The kind of things they teach you in school. Because, you know what? They did teach me in school. I did go to school for graphic design, but I had a couple drawing classes in there. Insofar as painting is concerned, this is something that wasn't really taught. I believe there was an optional watercolor class I could have taken, but I took a computer science programming class, which, tell you the truth, I not the best coder. A little too much math for me. But I decided that this year, in terms of my art goals, I really wanted to improve on different mediums, especially painting, because I love paintings. You know what I mean? Painting is like a really classical medium. You know what I mean? It's like the bread and butter of art. It's like the electric guitar to music. You know what I mean? It's just like such an important piece of the whole spectrum of it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I figured I'd go ahead and use the time on YouTube here, improving my video editing and filmmaking skills as I go, every time just getting like 1% better, or even 0.5% better, because the only way to get better at things is to keep doing it, Like, you can lift weights, right? You can start with like a 5-pound weight, maybe do like 10 reps if you're really weak. I guess I could probably do more than that, but you know what I'm saying? And then, you keep doing that every day. Eventually you go to the 10-pound weights, then the 15-pound weights, then the 200-pound weights, I mean, don't take that gigantic of a leap, but you know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what I'm trying to document here on my YouTube channel. I'm more or less documenting things, and also it's going to help me out in terms of like certifying authenticity of my pieces, because I don't know, I don't want to jinx myself, but like something about this year just feels right. You know what I mean? I don't want to say like I'm gonna blow up this year, this is my year, but I don't know, I feel like I'm really actually starting to get off the ground. And yeah, of course I want to document the work so I can link it via my website and say like, hey, you can see the creation of this painting I'm trying to sell, to prove that yes, I made it. I also include certificates of authenticity whenever I send out original works of art. But yeah, this was definitely an experience. Definitely tried some different things, different blending techniques, different approaches. And I'll come back a little bit to tell you a little bit more about what this piece represents visually, based off of my own nightmares. Okay, guys, I'm back again, ready to do a little bit more narration, ready to tell you a little bit more about this painting, a little bit more about this insight into my own mind, into the subconscious terrors that live within the dark parts of my psyche. I've always been a fan of art that really pokes at the dark parts of your brain that you're really not supposed to. Stuff that, like, just kind of makes you uncomfortable. That's sort of the approach I like to make. Like, I have been told that my work makes the viewers uncomfortable, which is probably the highest form of compliment I could receive, at least in my genre, if we were to call it that. Would I call myself a horror artist? Dark surrealist? Yeah, I guess so. But, I feel like genres are kind of like just sort of a generalizing thing. You know what I mean? Like, I can draw cute things if I really wanted to, but I just, I don't. It's not me. Just like the stuff of nightmares, which this painting literally is really, really what resonates with me. I don't know why. I don't know why there's just a part of me that just kind of wants to make people just uncomfortable, sort of hold up a mirror to their inner subconscious and make them look inside themselves and go like, man, this is really like, it just, it's unsettling, uncomfortable, just disturbing. But anyway, insofar as the painting is concerned, I realize I've been saying insofar a lot lately. But yeah, insofar as this actual piece is concerned, based off my own nightmares, this is a series of 3 nightmares I had, all with a common theme, all different. See, I don't really have recurring dreams. Recurring dreams don't really happen to me, but I have similar dreams, so I guess in a sense I kind of do. Because I know some people have dreams that are the same over and over again. I have dreams that are more or less similar, but always different. Like, I've had the whole failing a test in school dream a couple times, which is actually a pretty common dream. But like, they've all been at different points in my life, like college, elementary, high school, etc. And that's not really the same dream over and over again, but it has a common theme. In this case, these are 3 dreams, so we call this the murdered trilogy. 3 dreams in which I was murdered. Alright, 1, I was on a plane that was sabotaged to crash and burn, which I was on, which is weird because I've actually never been on a plane. I know, right? I should, like, maybe try it sometime. I hear it's fun. But, yeah. I had a dream where I was on a plane that was sabotaged to crash. Then I had a dream, peculiarly enough, I was in the shower, and I got shot 3 times. 2 in the hips, like on both sides of the hips, and 1 in the chest near the heart. Not on the heart, near the heart. Which was really bizarre, but I think that is actually probably the best part about this piece, that weird sort of shower-looking thing on the top. And I had one dream where I was kind of thrown into kind of like a Saw-like scenario where I was put in this kind of contest of people in some weird dungeon where we had to knife fight each other to death, and I ended up getting stabbed to death in the end. I don't know why I am having dreams of being murdered. I looked up, there's this website called Dream Moods. I think you guys might have heard of it if you ever looked up a weird dream you had. Like, is this common? Which sort of interprets, your dreams, which, I kind of tried to understand what it meant, but, it's kind of really hard to, like, say, like, oh, your dream means exactly this, It's sort of, dreams are interesting in a sense, that they're sort of like these abstract manifestations of your subconscious that kind of haunt you in your sleep, especially nightmares. I find it peculiar that we call all dreams, just like regular dreams. I mean, there's wet dreams too, but, I can't talk about that on YouTube. Well, actually I could, but, and, regular dreams, and then there's nightmares. But, I find it weird that nightmares have a specific word. Now, the etymology of the word nightmare comes from the term mare, which is a mythological creature that pins you down in your sleep, which is what the, I believe it's Greek in origin, correct me if I'm wrong, it might be Scandinavian, I'm not 100% on that, but there is this creature that, like, pins you down and sits on your chest while you have sleep paralysis, because back then they didn't know what sleep paralysis was. They just thought, like, oh my god, I can't move because there's some kind of mythical creature pinned to my chest. So yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. Let me know what you think about the whole dreams that I had. Leave your own interpretations down there, or give your thoughts on nightmares. And I'm sure I'll have more in the future. I think I'm probably gonna go back into time lapse, and then I'm probably gonna just do a little outro blurb. Thank you so very much for watching this video. This is the finished product. If you like what you saw, please consider subscribing to the channel and dropping a like. Go ahead and drop a dislike if you disliked it. Maybe I'll change up my formula a little bit. And there's probably more videos on the screen now. And, you can hit the bell and, drop comments, all that YouTuber stuff. There's also a link in the description to my web store where you can purchase my work, and I will send it to you. So, yeah, once again, just thank you for watching, and have a good day, guys.